There's power in that fear. Andrew Cuomo looms in the race to replace himCuomo, who for a decade ran the Empire State and its Democratic Party apparatus, left his perch in August rather than face impeachment and removal from office following an inquiry by the state attorney general's office that found he sexually harassed multiple women and oversaw a toxic workplace. His departure capped a stunning fall from the national political stardom he achieved during the nightmarish first wave of the coronavirus pandemic in spring 2020. Cuomo's handling of the crisis, lauded then, has since come under withering scrutiny. Cuomo has denied the multiple allegations of sexual misconduct, said he did not intentionally misstate the nursing home death count, and insisted the book deal and publication process followed ethical norms. I don't know that he is powerful, but I think he is feared today. Cuomo's public voice is mostly limited to his email list and Twitter account, a running feed of broadsides by his lawyer, Rita Glavin, and spokesman Rich Azzopardi against the investigation overseen by New York Attorney General Letitia James into Cuomo's alleged sexual misconduct. Cuomo frequently retweets sympathetic opinion articles, including a Newsday op-ed from September that described his downfall as an Albany coup d'etat. There's also a picture of the former governor and his dog, Captain, on a boat.
State Senator Andrew Dunards, who represents a swing district in southern Brooklyn, described an era of good feelings on the Albany scene, with new Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul openly speaking about collaboration and partnerships with lawmakers who had largely been frozen out by the Cuomo team. But even in exile from the Capitol, Cuomo casts a long shadow. There's always the possibility of mischief and mayhem, especially with someone who is hell-bent on retribution, Bernard said, but I think that will only get legs if we allow it to. A Democratic consultant without ties to any of the gubernatorial campaigns underscored Cuomo's unique, if increasingly tenuous, hold on the party. I don't know that he is powerful, but I think he is feared, she said. And there's power in that fear. James' entry into the gubernatorial primary earlier this month, where she is widely regarded as Hochul's most formidable challenger, has been used by the former governor's small team as a means of seeking to undermine her office's report, which found that Cuomo had sexually harassed at least 11 women. Inside the campaigns, and in public comments on the trail, discussion of the former governor's future plans has been limited. The one variable that comes up is, what about the 18 million? Are we gonna see that 18 million? Are we going to see part of it? Where's that going to turn up? The operative said, referring to Cuomo's war chest. Because that's really the Cuomo question. He doesn't have a bully pulpit anymore. When he releases a statement, it gets less and less attention. Azzopardi, Cuomo's spokesman, dismissed the chatter and insisted the former governor's only priority was to clear his name. Since the beginning of this ordeal, this has never been about politics for us, it's been about getting to the truth, he said. There's a ton of idle speculation out there, but we can't help it if we continue to occupy vital real estate in people's head. A political comeback. One way for Cuomo to settle scores, re-enter political life in a more recognizable form and potentially raise even more money would be to launch a new campaign. Rumors about a potential bid for state attorney general, a job he held from 2007 to 2010, have been floating around for weeks. Though few are ready to fully dismiss the possibility, even some longtime Cuomo allies are doubtful. When you're in a situation like, I would imagine that you will continue to strive for not just relevance, but a role, and that's what he may want. Whether that's realistic at this time, or not, is something different, said Jay Jacobs, New York State Democratic Party chairman. I think he's got a lot less money than you, and I think he has. Let's say he had 20 million or 19 million. He's now spent the last 6 months paying lawyers, said Chris Coffey, a New York political strategist and former co-campaign manager of Andrew Yard's mayoral bid. So I think he would be lucky to break double digits, which is still a lot of money, but if you keep going at that rate, he's going to spend that money pretty quickly. Monica Klein, a New York City-based progressive political consultant, said Cuomo's reliance on a barrage of alternately incendiary and inscrutable video and email statements underscored his difficult position. This is a man who used his bully pulpit and the office of the governor to build and brandish his public image daily. Now, he can't rely on the constant coverage he once earned as the top state official, Klein said. There is no beat for former governor angrily tweeting from Westchester. Glavin on a live stream last week from Cuomo's website repeated a familiar series of accusations and demands, repeatedly expressing frustration that James had not engaged with the Cuomo team's public criticism or responded to its letters, and pointed to a recent New York Post report that amplified rumors about Cuomo's mulling a campaign as reason for James to recuse herself from further investigations into the former governor. There's widespread speculation that the governor may attempt a political comeback, Glavin said. I don't know what the answer to that is, but the very fact that there is speculation and people are talking about it, we had unnamed former advisors talking about it, means that it's in the head of anyone who's running for governor. But the story cited by Glavin said several of Cuomo's confidants had been floating the idea, meaning she was effectively using a report fueled by allies of the former governor's fodder for attacking James. In a statement, James' office offered its sharpest rebuke to date, deriding the press conference as dramatics and faux outrage. To be clear, we stand by the report into multiple allegations of sexual harassment against Andrew Cuomo and, more importantly, we stand by the women who were brave enough to come forward and speak truth to power, a spokesperson said. If Andrew Cuomo didn't want to be accused of sexual harassment, he shouldn't have sexually harassed multiple women in the first place.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.